What's happening, guys? Welcome to the n&n podcast channel. We've got another instalment for you today of the predictions for the Premier League, and this week is game week 2. Last week was game week 1, and my predictions came up on top. I decided to go for the Everton getting the 1-0 win at Spurs, so I've pinched a 1-0 win over the last 2 game weeks. So over to you, Nate. His scores are obviously below, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. He's joining me tonight. I'm going to hand you over to him now. He's going to talk you through all his scores and the reasons why. Over to you, Nate.
So kicking things off, we've got a London derby, Arsenal versus West Ham. Now, really, two clubs that couldn't be in two polar different mindsets, really. The feeling around West Ham is down, it's dump. You know, they've not made any signings, really. The fans want the owners out. They sold Dean Garner. It's just a bit of a mess. Whereas Arsenal, on the other hand, everything's rosy. The sun shines out of Arteta's arse. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang just signed a new deal. And coming off the back of a good win away at Fulham on the opening day, whereas West Ham came off the back of a home defeat to Newcastle, I've gone for a comprehensive home win 4-0 to the Gunners. On to the next one at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. Aston Villa's first Premier League game of the season. They have brought in Ollie Watkins, Matty Cash, and Emiliano Martinez from Arsenal. But I think it's going to be a tough game. Sheffield United, we saw last season, are a very tough team to beat. And even the opening day of the week, the opening game of the season, sorry. I know they lost at home to Wolves, but they did put up a bit of a fight. So I've gone for 1-1 there. I think a point will be a decent result for both parties. Okay, the next game is the first top 6 clash of the season. It's Chelsea versus Liverpool. And I made these predictions before I saw Chelsea play Brighton. And Chelsea, although winning the game, really did not fill me with any confidence. They really struggled in that game. But then again, that could be a good sign of winning when you're not playing at your best. So I have gone for a 3-1 Chelsea win. I mean, Liverpool did beat Leeds, but they looked shaky at the back. Every time Leeds went forward, they looked like they could score, and Liverpool defended like a red-hot Mars bar, floppy at the sides. So, yeah, I've gone for Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. The next game, another team from Merseyside, it's Everton, the Toffees versus the Baggies at Goodison Park. Now, Everton, what a fantastic start to the season. They had a massive away win at Tottenham. The 3 new boys, James Rodriguez, Alan, and Decore played an instrumental part in that. Whereas West Brom, on the other hand, played Leicester, the beloved Leicester City, and they were steamrolled. They really did not look like a Premier League outfit. Toothless. They've signed Branislav Ivanovic since then. I don't think he's going to make the world of difference, certainly in attacking sense. So I just see an Everton comprehensive victory here. Ancelotti seems to have got things going in the right direction at Everton. There seems to be a bit more of a structure, whereas West Brom really need to strengthen the transfer window if we're going to have any chance, I think, of survival. So I'm going for Everton 3, West Bromwich Albion 0. Moving on then to the next game, and probably the most controversial selection I've made in my predictions this week. It's Ellen Road is the destination. Leeds United versus Fulham, the battle of the newly promoted sides. And most people, after watching the opening game of the weekend, Fulham were a bit underwhelming against Arsenal, whereas Leeds really put Liverpool to the sword and gave them a good game. But I don't know, I just have a feeling sometimes you've got to go with your gut. And I just have a feeling Scotty Parker will turn up and do a decent job over Bielsa's Leeds. I mean, I'm not buying into this whole Bielsa's the second coming of Bill Shankly or Alf Ramsey or God knows who else. I'm not really having it. He's just an old man who sits on a bucket. So I'm going for 2-0 to Fulham. Although that could come back with some egg on my face. Okay, moving on then to my team, our team, the beloved Leicester City, the team at the heart of the n&n podcast. Now, I will say this, you will never see me predict Leicester City to have a positive result because I'm just a pessimist. When it comes to my club, I expect the world to fall out of our arse. I've always been that way. I'm a glass half full kind of supporter. So, yeah. So I've gone for 0-0 because we know what we're going to get from Burnley. Sean Dyche will turn up, 2 banks of 4. They'll be solid. They'll be hard to break down. And I just feel like it'll be a frustrating afternoon for us. And I just think if Maddison doesn't start as well, I just think we could struggle to unlock the door. So I've gone for a 0-0, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. Moving on to the next game, it's Manchester United versus Crystal Palace, and it's Manchester United's first game of the season also, as they didn't play last week. And although Palace won the opening game of the season at home to Southampton, I just think Man United will carry on the fantastic form they had from the end of last season that saw them pip Leicester to Champions League place and carry on in that vein of form. Donny van der Beek will come in. I can just see it being to see them having a bit too much for Crystal Palace on the day. I'm still not convinced by Crystal Palace. I know they beat Southampton in the opening game of the season, but I just think Man United will have too much for them on the day. I'm going for a 2-0 comfortable United win. Up north now, we're going to St James's Park with Newcastle taking on the Seagulls, Brighton. Now, I mentioned Chelsea earlier in the video as they played Brighton, and Brighton looked absolutely superb against Chelsea, did not disgrace themselves in any way, shape, or form. And Tariq Lamptey looks like the best fullback since I don't even know who. He looks absolutely superb there, the young, I think he's a young right back. Yeah, absolutely superb. But on the other hand, Newcastle, very good away win against West Ham United on the opening day. Really reinforced the squad well. Jeff Hendrick, Jamal Lewis, Callum Wilson, and Ryan Fraser. Really given a new lease of life to Tyne's side. And I just feel like, I don't know, it's going to be a tough game. It's a pick'em game, but I've gone for 1-0 Newcastle. I feel that feel-good factor in Newcastle is quite a nice bubble effect, and I just think it's going to carry on. I think Brighton will be a tough team to play against, but I'm going for 1-0 to the Geordies. Okay, moving on then to a game on the south coast now. It's at St Mary's. It's the Saints versus the Spurs, Southampton versus Tottenham, and I've gone for a 2-1 away win to Tottenham. Now, although Tottenham lost on the opening day, as did Southampton, I just have a sneaky feeling that Mourinho, it'd be a bit of a disaster if Tottenham were to lose the first two games of the season. Some good news, some good rumbling, should I say, coming out of Tottenham this week as well. With that Reguilon, seems like that deal might be close, and also Gareth Bale rumored to be coming back to Tottenham. I just feel like that feel-good factor around the club will be enough. Whereas Southampton seems to have gone a bit stale in the transfer market, and I like Hassan Hootel, but I think on the day I just see Spurs nicking a 2-1 win. And then to my final prediction of the weekend, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers versus my title favourites, Manchester City. Manchester City's first game of the season. Wolves coming in off the back of a good away win at Sheffield United. But hey, we saw at the end of last season when this whole behind closed doors football thing kicked off, Manchester City looked absolutely superb. When it just came down to the football doing the talking, they seemed like a beast compared to any other team in the league. Even Liverpool, they blew them away comfortably. So I think City will be quite comfortable title winners this season, and I think they'll kick off their campaign with a very comprehensive, convincing 2-0 win away at Molineux, which will be no mean feat because not too many teams will go to Molineux this season and get a 2-0 win. So I can just see that happening. I see Manchester City cruise into a nice opening day victory. And that rounds off my predictions. And Mr. North, I'll roll over to you.
Thank you. So, my predictions for game week 2, and I'll start off with the Arsenal fixture at home to West Ham. And I've gone for another convincing win, but just the 3-0. I feel Arsenal, again, they had a great start against Fulham, and West Ham just haven't got going. There's a lot of unrest in the camp. They haven't brought in the right faces. It's at the Emirates. It's never an easy game. Arsenal 3-0. It could be more, if I'm honest, but I've gone for a comfortable 3-0 clean sheet. Not easy 3 points, and I think they'll retain that top spot at the top of the Premier League. Moving on to Aston Villa v Sheffield United, and I've gone for a 1-1 draw. I think Villa's first game, they'll be fresh, they'll be raring to go. Sheffield United, on the other hand, I just don't think they're going to have the season they had like last year. I think they're going to find these sort of games a lot tougher than they did previously. So a 1-1 draw, it could go either way, but I just feel without the crowd and everything else, I think it'll probably play into Villa's hands a little bit more. So a 1-1 draw there. And the third prediction I've gone for, Liverpool to beat Chelsea. I don't think they're going to have the defensive collapse like they did against Leeds. I think there'll be a lot more up for this game. They know who they're coming up against. Chelsea's never an easy game, and I just don't think they'll be as complacent. So I think 2-1 win. It'll be tight. I don't think it's going to be all one-way traffic. But Chelsea just didn't look the Chelsea that everyone expected against Brighton. I thought they got rather lucky. So a Liverpool away win at Stamford Bridge. And the next Merseyside club, obviously Everton, at home to West Brom. I've gone for a comfortable 2-0 win. West Brom just didn't show no fight against our lot last week. I don't think they're going to be good enough to stay up anyway, but they just didn't have nothing about them at all. So I think Everton will be comfortable. The 3 signings that they've made, or the 3 midfield signings that they've made, look like are going to be a game changer. And I just think games like this, it'll just be easy pickings for them. I think it'll be a walkover. It could be more, in fact, but 2-0, I feel comfortable with that. I can't see West Brom scoring, so that's a nice and easy one. Ellen Road, I think Leeds will finally get the 3 points. I think this will be their first points of the season. Fulham, I just don't rate them. I don't at all. I think they come up via the playoffs. They probably should have got automatic, really, and I know the Championship's a different kettle of fish, but I just think Leeds will have too much. I felt Leeds were fantastic at Liverpool last week, and whilst they did concede 4 sloppy goals, 2 of them were penalties. The last one was a clear-cut penalty. The other one was probably a little bit dubious, but nevertheless, 2 penalties. You could probably count yourselves unlucky there. I think they'll get a comfortable 2-0 win against Fulham. And so that is my prediction for that. Our club, Leicester City, again, I've gone for a tight game. I know you picked 0-0. I've gone for a 1-0. I do think it'll be tight. Burnley will set up to be hard to break down. They will come with the old classic 4-4-2 or the 4-4-1-1. They will make it hard for us. They do everywhere they go. They never make it easy. I just think we'll have that little extra bit of class. I feel like there's a little bit of confidence coming into the team now. There's rumours of these certain players coming in. The fans are getting a little bit more optimistic. The win against West Brom's gave us that extra bit of confidence. I think we'll nick it. It won't be. I don't think it'll be pleasant, and I don't think it'll be enjoyable. But we'll nick it. So I've gone for a Leicester City 1-0 home win against Burnley. The next game, Manchester United at home to Palace. Again, 3-0 whitewash. I don't rate Palace. I think they will go down, regardless of the result they got last week. United have made signings and improved 100%. I don't think they're going to be up. Do I think Manchester United are going to be up there and challenging the likes of City? No, I don't think they will. But I think games like this will it'll be a walk in the park for them. Greenwood finished in fine form. Martial and Rashford, all 3 of them, I think, scored more than Liverpool's front 3. So, they've got goals in the team. Palace just haven't got enough to get anything there, personally. So I think a nice, easy 3-0 win for Manchester United on their opening game of the season. And then next is the Geordies, and I've gone for a 2-2 draw. I like what I've seen from Brighton Monday night. I thought they were fantastic.
They were.
They created endless chances. I do think they're a little bit toothless. They need to be a bit more clinical, but I do think they'll score against the Geordies. And the Geordies have got goals in Callum Wilson. I think he's already proven that. So I think it'll be a great game for the neutral. I do think they'll share the points at the end of the game. I don't think there'll be much between the two sides throughout the whole season, to be honest. So a 2-2 draw, I think's fair. Newcastle might just nick it because they're at home, but my personal prediction, going on with my heart, 2-2 draw with the Geordies. Up next, the Saints at home to Spurs. I've gone for a Saints 2-1 win. Probably my controversial prediction, and I don't pick many, but this is probably my controversial one. I watch Spurs. They don't look like they want to play for Mourinho, and I know it's early days to say that, but he's coming out and already criticising the players, calling them lazy, saying they're not doing this, saying they're not doing that, and I just think it's a slippery slope from there. He did it at
Doesn't bode well.
No, he did it at United, and it didn't go down well. It didn't end well at all. So I think the Saints, they'll want to bounce back from their opening day game, and I think they'll want to get the 3 points. So I think they'll be up for it. Spurs on the other hand, it could be a real long season for them. I know there's rumours that Bale's coming back, but is he going to come back in the right mindset? Is he coming back for the right reasons or the wrong reasons? I don't know. So I think Saints 2-1. It won't be comfortable by no means, but I think they'll get their first points of the season. But it's going to be another unhappy day for the Tottenham fans. And my last prediction of game week 2 is a Manchester City 2-1 win away at Wolves. Wolves are a great side, don't get me wrong. I think they're fantastic. I just think Man City will have too much for them, to be honest. Wolves will give them a game, they always do. But City know how to win. They know how to win, don't they? And they will find a way to win. And they'll see this season as a great opportunity to take that title back off Liverpool. And I've always said it. When there's no crowds in the stadiums and you're looking on teams that are going to be able to not thrive off the atmosphere but play with genuine quality, that is Manchester City. They can play with genuine quality. They don't thrive off any atmosphere or any fans or your Vardy thrives off getting abused from the away. They're not like that.
Yeah.
They
just genuinely world class.
You could stick them. You could stick them on your local park and they could play. They are world class footballers. So
although if City were playing in my garden, I'd close the curtains. Not a fan.
Yeah, no. So they are my predictions. As we said, we are scoring each other each week as we go by. I won last week's only by the one result, which was the Everton 1-0 away at Spurs. We did manage to predict a lot of results, as in who was going to win, but that's not the end of the game. So we got a lot of match results correct. We just didn't get the score lines correct. So we're halfway there. But hey, if we didn't pick controversial results and we just went with the Bob Basic, then there'd be no point doing this, would there?
Bread and butter, Barry. No need
Exactly,
for that.
exactly. So there will be plenty more to come from us every week. Predictions. We are looking to upload some more series along with the podcast for anything football orientated. It's coming your way. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, so you know when we upload. But also drop us a like and please comment in the box below. Tell us your predictions.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Yeah, let us know. Are we on the right track? Are we barking up the wrong tree? Have we got it all wrong? I mean, personally, from my point of view, I'll always predict Leicester in a certain way because I'm a Leicester fan. If you're not a fan of another club and you have your certain tinted spectacles on, let us know what you think.
Yeah, like I say, drop a comment in the box below. We'd love you to join in. We want to see what your predictions are. If you disagree, whether you do agree, by all means join in, and maybe we can invite one of you onto the podcast one time, and we can get you here on the camera in front of everyone else. But as for now, it's been a pleasure. I'm Northy. That's Nathan. This is the N&N podcast. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.